What's going on, guys? Welcome into the Bulls Report. I'm your host for today's show, Patrick Seatman. And on today's show, we're going to be discussing the possibility of the Bulls potentially signing Khris Middleton during the 2023 NBA free agency period. He does have a player option with the Milwaukee Bucks in this upcoming year, but they just fired Mike Budenholzer, and they could be kind of trying to flip this roster around a little bit and trying to get younger and more athletic next to Giannis. So I could potentially be seeing Khris Middleton on the move. And we're looking at the Khris Middleton odds. The Bulls actually find themselves third. It's the Houston Rockets coming in at plus 400, then the Washington Wizards at plus 500, and then our Chicago Bulls sitting there at plus 600 to land Khris Middleton during the upcoming free agency period. I'm very curious to see what the Bulls are going to do in free agency. I do think they need to make moves around LaVine and DeRozan and Vooch first before they really dive into finding out who they want to bring in during free agency. But guys, we're closing in on 1,000 subs here on the channel. All the guys that have kind of subbed before, first off, welcome to the channel. We need 159 more people to hit that subscribe button. I know there's going to be 159 of you guys watching right now who aren't subscribed, so help us out here on the Bulls Report. We're closing in on 1,000 subs. Let's do it for D-Rose. It's free. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. But look at Khris Middleton's stats from this past season. He was dealing with injuries on and off throughout this year. He was in and out of the lineup, but he was still a pretty productive player. I think the stat that jumps out to me here the most is the three-point percentage. The three-point percentage, Khris Middleton normally floats around 38% during his NBA career. This dropped all the way down to 31.4%. Obviously only shooting 43% from the field as well, and I think that's normally sits around 48 for him. But he's still a 15 points a game guy. And I really do think, though, with Khris Middleton, I think he's a great third option in the NBA. Like, for a true championship team, I think Khris Middleton could still be a great third option. You know, we saw when the Bucks went on that championship run a couple years ago. Obviously, Giannis was the star. He was the main driving force during that championship run. And then you still sprinkled in Drew Holiday and Khris Middleton. Like, I truly do believe Khris Middleton is still a great third option on a championship team. But the question is with the Bulls, are they really there? Are they there where they can kind of bring in a third option like a Khris Middleton, and that's the piece that gets them over the hump? I got more thoughts on this in a second, but I'll throw it your guys' way. Would you sign Khris Middleton? Let's just say the money works out, and he says he wants to come to Chicago Bulls, and you're sitting there, and you're talking to Khris Middleton. Would you sign him and bring him in and bring him on this Bulls roster for this upcoming year? Give me an S for sign or give me a P for pass down in the comment section. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about this. You know, I do think Khris Middleton, like I said, I think he's a tremendous basketball player, and I do think he is a true third option on a championship team. But the thing is with Middleton, obviously he was dealing with those injuries this past season. How much does he really have left in the tank? You know, obviously his stats took a decline in this past year, only giving 15 points a game when he's normally a 20-point-a-game guy. But the Bulls, they have some decisions to make. And I think before anything else, they need to make decisions on their guard, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. You know, those two names are probably going to be thrown around in a lot of trade rumors for teams like the Knicks or teams that are kind of flirting on the verge of becoming a true championship contender. Other teams are going to be calling the Chicago Bulls about those two guys. Then obviously Nikola Vucevic. He is a potential guy that they could lose in free agency. And then also like the Mavericks. I mean, the Mavericks are a guy, you know, they could put a LaVine or a DeRozan next to a Luka, so expect teams to be calling about those two guys. Then obviously you got to make a decision on Vooch if you want to bring him back. So before anything else, before the Bulls kind of even look at the free agent targets that they could be potentially signing, I think they need to make decisions on guys in their house, in their or on their own roster before anything else. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We're almost closing in on 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys haven't already, help us out here at Chat Sports, trying to get this Bulls channel to be a full-time channel here. Just hit that subscribe button, completely free. It really helps us out, and I'll see you guys next time.